no right or wrong answer, but just taking the time to intentionally arrive to your mat. Palms can be up to receive. I like to go palms down in the beginning of practice to ground down. The choice is always yours. And just take a big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, let it go. Checking in with your spine first. From the roots of your pelvis, is there any tension or tightness there? You feel the weight even between the left and the right hips, or you shifted a little bit more one way or the other? Notice if the way you're shifting off to is the same leg that's in front. What happens if you uncross your legs and cross them the other way? Does that even your hips out a little bit more for you? Maybe yes, maybe no, it doesn't matter. And from your low back, work your way up to your mid-spine. From the lower ribs all the way to between your shoulder blades. Are you holding any tension there? Are you intentionally squeezing your shoulder blades back, or are they just kind of stuck back there? Do the shoulder blades feel like they're coming away from the spine toward the front body? What if you were to just pull your shoulders back just a touch, feeling the heart wanting to come open? Tucking your chin just slightly, and notice any sensations in your neck. I'm going to mute you. And with every inhale, think about lengthening your spine up to the sky. Every exhale, where can you soften? Is it in your shoulders, your low back, your mid back? Maybe somewhere in your hips. And if you intentionally send your breath to that one space, that one area, there may be multiple, just pick one. Are you able to manipulate that sensation in any form or fashion? It may get worse, it may get better, but can you change something just by using your breath? On your next inhale, your eyes are closed, blink them open, reach your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers, push your palms to the sky, reach up, up, up. Pull your ribs in. On your exhale, the right hand comes down to the floor as you reach your left arm up and overhead. Think about your side body. So if you add a little bit of a twist, either up to the sky or down to the floor, this will change. There's no right or wrong, but just think about opening through the side body. And if there is a spot that is tight, I invite you to send your breath there. Keep driving down your left hip to the floor as you inhale, reach up and over to the right. Your next inhale pulls you back up through center, both arms reach up. On your exhale, left hand down as you reach the right arm up and over. Pulling the right hip down to the floor. Again, you can twist up, you can twist down. Think about the side body opening as you drive the right hip down. Can you peel the right arm up and over your head just a little more? Stay for one more breath in. Reach a little more on your exhale. Inhale, arms come up back to center. On your exhale, let's find a little twist. Left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, the spine finds more length. Exhale, the spine twists open. You can really use your hand to push on the back of your knee if that feels safe and comfortable in your spine. Popping and clicking, totally normal. Tingling and numbness, not normal. Inhale, back through center, arms sweep up. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand, left knee. As you sit up nice and tall, squeeze your shoulder blades back. Look over your left shoulder. One more full breath in, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist over your left shoulder. Inhale, back through center, arms reach up overhead. On your exhale, plant your feet. Take your hands behind you, fingertips can face your toes, and on your inhale, just lift up to the sky. Lift up, this reverse tabletop position. You may feel the stretch in your shoulders, maybe strengthen your glutes, opening in your heart. Take one more breath in. On your exhale, sit your booty back down, lengthen your feet, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Finding strength in the back body, followed by the stretch in the back body. Can you tuck your chin into your chest and really start to round your spine? So try and drive your forehead towards your knees. So less about a big hamstring stretch, more about feeling the strength in your spine. Take one more breath in. Maybe you tuck your chin just a touch more as you drive your forehead up to your knees. On your exhale, let that go. Inhale, back up through center, arms reach up. On your exhale, hands and feet come back down, reverse tabletop, plant your feet. Inhale, lifts your hips up. We're here for 2 breaths. Big breath in, maybe you look back. Exhale. Last one in. Exhale, slowly start to drop your hips. Extend your feet out, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. But again, more of a rounding. So less in the hamstrings, but think about finding this stretch from the top of your head all the way down to your sacrum. Tucking your chin in as much as you can. Trying to drag the forehead up just maybe one more little inch. On your inhale, come back up, arms reach up. Exhale, one more time like that. Hands plant, feet plant. Inhale pulls you up. Stay for your exhale. One more breath in. Think about opening the heart. Exhale, sit your hips down, straighten the legs, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Again, it's that rounding. Tucking the chin in, really try to drag the forehead up. You can push your legs away if that helps you. On your inhale, come back through center. Cross your legs, just come into an easy tabletop position. However you want to get there, it really doesn't matter. From here, find some cat-cows. So just inhaling and exhaling, kind of mindlessly, just inviting some movement. Notice how it feels. We've already checked in here, so notice, can you make the sensations feel different? You can manipulate the breath. You can manipulate the body. Maybe manipulate is too strong of a word, but you can change things. Good. On your next inhale, look up to the sky for your cow pose. On your exhale, can you sink into this cow pose just a little more? And then on your inhale, come into your cat pose. As you inhale, feel the lungs expand. Feel how that opens up your back. Another inhale here, really push the floor away. Feel the shoulder blades come apart from each other. Stay for your exhale, take up that new space. Inhale, come out to a neutral spine. We're gonna find some hip circles. So in traditional, hip circles in yoga, how I've done it is to take the hips in these big circles. I want you to invite you to be a little bit smaller. So I want you to just think about just in your pelvis, finding the cow pose, and then almost like you can pull your left hip up to your shoulder, and then just in the pelvis, rock through your cat pose, and then again, pulling the right hip up to the right shoulder, back through your cow. So it's these little tiny pelvis hip circles. It might feel pretty sexual to you. Just take note of that. Judgment free. But let it feel good. So all of our energy, especially as women on this call tonight, I want to invite you to explore some of those areas that maybe society has told us we have to keep covered. But what happens if you just let this feel good? When you're ready, come back to neutral, check in. We're gonna do the same thing, but to the opposite side. So if you were going clockwise, we're just gonna go counterclockwise. And if you have no idea which way is clockwise or counterclockwise, just go the opposite way. And if you don't remember, do the way that you didn't do first. And again, it can feel messy, it can feel good, it can feel sexual, it can feel nothing. Just don't attach to it. And then come back to neutral. Pull your belly in here. Curl your toes under. On your inhale, just push yourself back to feel the stretch in the bottom of your feet. So toes are curled under. We're pushing back towards this active child's pose. And then walk your hands out a little bit longer. We're going to come through a modified high plank. So stay on your knees. And you're just going to shift forward, drop your hips, point your toes, and pull up into this cobra type pose. Kind of up dog, but it's a little bit more lazy. And then you're just going to curl your toes under, exhale, and push back onto your feet. Inhale as you come, the weight comes into your hands, drop your belly, look up. Shoulders pull back as you point your toes. Curl your toes under, shift back. Inhale the weight into your hands, shift forward, feel this back bend. Shift back, curl your toes, feel the stretch. Maybe you lengthen your arms just a little bit. I like to come onto tented fingers. And then rock the weight back into your hands, drop your hips, look up. Take your feet maybe a little bit wider. On your exhale, we're gonna roll all the way down. And then on our inhale, you're gonna look over your left shoulder. So on your inhale, look over the left shoulder with the feet wide. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, look up and over to the left. And slowly lower down. Look up to the right. Slowly lower, look over to the left. And lower one more time each way. Inhale, look up, look back. Last one here, look up, look back. Exhale all the way down. Curl your toes under, kick your heels together, knees go wide, child's pose. Staying with your breath, take the right hand, thread the needle underneath your left armpit. If you want a little bit more in the side body, take your left hand over to the right as you look underneath your left armpit. Stay for one more breath in. Twist deeper on the exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Little counter twist if that feels good for you. Then bring your right hand down, left arm comes up, and thread the needle underneath your right. Again, if you want a little more, you can walk the right hand up and over to the left side of your mat as you reach the left hand off to the right. Last inhale here. Stay for your exhale. Next inhale pulls you up, little counter twist. And bring your bring your elbows down. So take your right elbow in the middle of your mat, maybe about a foot away from your knees. Left hand comes behind your back if that feels comfortable for your shoulder. On your inhale, you're just gonna stay facing the floor. On your exhale, twist open to the left. So the motion should feel much smaller. On your inhale, come back down. Every exhale, you twist open. So I want to challenge you when you twist, the twisting should come from the mid-spine. Every exhale, can you glue the hips down just a little more and let this twist really come from just your thoracic spine. Yeah, one more time, inhale. Exhale, look up and over to the left. And switch sides. Left elbow down, right hand behind your back. Inhale, the shoulders stay square. Exhale, look up and over the right shoulder. Inhale, come down. Exhale to twist. Yeah, noticing, can you twist as far on this right side? Does it feel limited? Does the shoulder on the right side feel a little tighter in this internal rotation position? Inhale, come back to center, drop both elbows down. Staying with your weight right where it is, kind of rocking towards your heels. Find some of these very awkward cat-cows. So for me, I like to maybe just hover my elbows off the floor a little, which is probably cheating, but it helps give me at least a little bit more motion. But just notice when you get the hips out of the way, when you lock the hips into place, you only have just a little bit of room left. But we never really focus on this spot, and this is our heart opening. This is the healing for the collective. Your next inhale, come back to your tabletop position and just check back in. You could wiggle about. Just notice, how does your spine feel here? When you're ready, walk your left knee into the middle of your mat. Kick your right foot long. Pinky toe faces the floor. All we're gonna do, tap the big toe down and lift the heel up. Keep your core engaged. Tap your toe, lift your heel. Tap your toe, lift your heel. Think about the left hip. Keep going. The left hip is your stability. Lock it in there. Keep your core in tight so there's no rotating in the pelvis. On your next inhale, lift up your heel, but let your toes face the right. So right toes face the right side of your mat. We're just gonna tiny pulse up, straight up to the sky. Tiny pulses, keep going. 10, 9, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Step your right foot outside your right hand. So we're in this lizard lunge type position. We have a few breaths here. If you want to keep the movement going, rocking north and south, rocking side to side, you can come onto your elbows and just find some stillness, your choice. But we will come back here, so no need to get it all in right now. And walk your hands under your shoulders, kick your left foot off to the right, extended side angle modified. So you're on your left knee, left toes are up to the right, yep, and then just keep pushing the right knee open. So you can use your elbow if that feels comfortable, if that feels safe. And if you want a little bit more stretch in your side body, take your left palm to the floor as you reach it up and overhead towards the front of your mat. On your exhale, left hand comes down. Take the left foot back behind your right knee, maybe a little bit off to the left. We're gonna come to side plank. So left hand stays, left knee down, lift the right foot up. Toes pointed for me is much harder on my left foot. Just makes the ground a little further away. Keep holding here, keep squeezing here, feeling the side body. And then slowly we're just gonna bring the right hand down, square the hips back off, and bring your knees together. Other side. Walk the right knee in just a touch, keep your core tight, pelvis stays neutral. Kick the left foot long behind you, pinky toe faces the floor. From here, little taps, drop your toes, lift your heel. You're having the core tight though, so don't dive into your low back. Keep dropping and lifting. 3, lift, last 2. Last one, hold, left toes face the left side of your mat. Tiny pulses up, 10, 7, and hold. Think about squeezing through your right hip. That's the stability here. And slowly step your left foot outside your left hand as light as you can. And again, if you like the movement, go through the movement. Come down onto your elbows. You can walk off to the right, whatever feels good. Walk your hands under your shoulders. Left foot stays. Take your right foot off to the left. Left hand plants, bring your right arm up. Keep trying to press the left hip open. Take your right hand, reach it up and overhead if you want the side body stretch. And slowly you're gonna bring your right hand down. Take your right foot, maybe off to the right, just a touch. Lift your left foot, side plank. Take one more breath in. On your exhale, hands come down, square your hips off first. And then bring your knees together. Inhale pulls you up for this, I call it tall kneeling. So you're just on your knees, put your hips up. From here, we're gonna play with a little balance. Take your hands to your hips or to your heart, your choice. We're gonna step your right foot out in front of the left. So we're in this lunge position. Curl your back toes under. All you're gonna do is come up to stand. So squeeze through your hips, stand up. Knowing both of your practices, this should all be fine, but whatever. Come to airplane. So just kick up just a little bit, playing with some balance here. And then slowly you're gonna try and keep your left leg as straight as possible as you come up. Single leg raise, standing leg raise. Option to keep the leg extended or bend your knee, open up for your open leg raise. Your gaze can go off to the right as you extend the right arm. Keep trying to pull the left knee behind you. And on your next inhale, just kick your left foot in for tree pose. So regardless if you have the toes or not, slowly let that go. And if you want to play with some balance here, hands can come up, your gaze can go up to the sky. You can play with closing your eyes. And then slowly bring your hands back to your heart. Kick your left leg out back in front of you, knee can stay bent. Coming back through your airplane pose. Keeping your hands at your heart, play with hinging down, so almost like standing splits, but try not to use your hands. And ground down through your right big toe. Slowly start to bend your right knee. Left toes tap behind you. Come back through your crescent lunge. And slowly lower your back knee to the floor. Yeah, watch your front knee, bring your knees together. Always watching the knee tracking. When we're ready, left foot steps out in front. Curl the right toes under. Slowly come up to stand, crescent. A little takeoff brings you to your airplane. Ground down through your left toe, spread your toes as much as you can. Drop the right hip towards the floor just a touch. Leaving the right leg as straight as possible, come up, standing leg raise, straight out in front. You are more than welcome to grab the big toe with your peace sign fingers, bend the knee, open up, standing leg raise. Yeah, your gaze can go to the left with your hand extended if that feels comfortable. And slowly pull yourself back. Oh, excuse me, tree pose. Leaving the knee wide, come in for your tree. Notice where the balance is today as you extend the left leg out in front of you once more. Kick back through your airplane. Keeping your hands at your heart. Slowly start to just drop your upper body down towards the floor. Standing splits, no hands if possible. Start to bend through your left knee. Again, try and keep it as straight as possible. Drop your right toes, come up through crescent first. Once you have the foundation, slowly lower down and bring your knees together. Camel pose, hands behind your back. Hands on your sacrum. Start to lean back, look up and lean back. Squeezing your shoulder blades towards one another. Think about opening your heart. Only go as far as you can maintain this heart opening. Take one more breath in. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Hands come back to your heart. Curling your toes under, step your right foot out in front. Coming up through your crescent. Bring your arms up for your crescent this time. Be just a little bit harder. And slowly you can propel yourself forward, take off airplane. Notice hands at your heart versus hands at your side. What has changed? Slowly bringing your left leg as straight as possible. Kick it up and through first. You can bend your knee or keep it straight, standing leg raise. Pull your left heel in, tree pose. Hands don't come to your heart, keep them open. Look up, look back if that feels good. If you want to play with the balance, you can even close your eyes. Keeping your hands up, bring your left leg back in front. Kick it back through your airplane, hands can come down towards your sides. Keeping your hands here, slowly start to hinge down. Notice if you can go a little further with the hands wider. Does your center of gravity expand just a touch? Slowly start to bend into your right knee, left toes plant. Come up through your full crescent first, hands are up. Slowly lower onto your back knee and bring your feet together. Other side, left foot comes out in front. Arms reach up overhead. Come up for crescent. Hands come to your sides, airplane. Ground down through your left big toe, that's your balance. Slowly come up, right leg as straight as possible. Feel that strength first. Start to open the right knee out to the side. Gaze can follow. And pull your heel in. Tree pose. Hands stay away from your heart center as you lift them up. Bring your knee back into your chest, hands are up. Kick back, airplane, hands come to your sides. Slowly start to hinge down at your waist. Keeping the strength in your hands, that's your balance now. Slowly start to bend into your left knee. Right toes tap, arms reach up overhead, crescent lunge. Right knee slowly drops down to the floor. Bring your knees together. Camel number 2. Pushing your hips forward, pulling your low belly in, squeezing your inner thighs, start to lean back. So as we start to heal our bodies, heal ourselves, open and expand through our heart space, we start to heal the collective. We want to challenge you in this camel pose. Where has your breath gone? If you are not putting on your oxygen first, taking care of your breath, you cannot heal the collective. So maybe that looks like going deeper into the pose, coming out of the pose. Check in with your breath. And slowly find your way all the way back up. Keep your toes curled under. Come back to sit on your heels. So from here, pretend there is a 100-pound dumbbell in your right hand. Reach your knuckles to the floor. You can also take your hand underneath your tush and kind of sit on your hand if that helps give you that little bit more distraction. If you have previous history or current neck problems, do not pull on your neck. But if you don't have any of these issues, take your left hand up and over, reach for your right ear, and just softly, gently start to pull your left ear to your left shoulder as you reach your right fingers to the ground again, or they're underneath your tush. The options are endless here. If you want to tuck your chin in, look down. You can look over to the right at a little diagonal. Just exploring your body. I like to take my left hand kind of towards the back of my head and pull my chin down. As I look a little bit off to the right, that helps me. And slowly unwind, switch sides. Notice your toes. Yes, they're still there. Reaching your left knuckles to the floor, right hand comes up and over, and again, just feeling. Feel the stretch in your neck, maybe in your hips. Maybe you've forgotten about your toes, but I promise you we won't be here all day. Can you breathe through it? When things get hard, when things get uncomfortable, do you run away? I think we all are living in a little discomfort right now. Are you trying to crawl out of your skin, or can you sit and stay and maybe some of the sensations will soften? Slowly unwind. Take your hands out in front of you. I like to pat my toes out here and just take some of that sensation off. Downward facing dog. Pushing back. Maybe you use this to really feel a really big hamstring stretch, or maybe you start to bend your knees, rock your chest to your thighs, feel this stretch more in your shoulders. Really pushing the floor away. As you pull your belly in, knit your ribs together. On your inhale, lift your right foot high to the sky. On your exhale, just bend your knee, open your hip. Keeping the weight even in both hands, pulling the right shoulder back. Straighten through your right foot, step it outside your right hand. Keep your left knee elevated for just a moment. So really pulling the right hip back as you press the left hip forward. Feeling the strength in your inner thighs first. We're gonna slowly, for the count of 5, lower our left knee. So slow, slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little tap on the floor, pick your left knee back up, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your hamstrings. Slowly drop for 5, 4, 3, 2, and lift it back up. Last one here, slowly lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, lift it back up. Drop your back knee, lizard lunge. You can come onto your elbows, you can walk off to the left. We're here for a few breaths, so taking your time, exploring your body. An option to invite some stillness here, or just keep the movement rolling. And slowly walk your hands under your shoulders. You're gonna slide your left knee back to this 90-degree angle, coming right outside your hip. Modified extended side angle again. So the left foot comes to the right, right hand plants, left arm up. Yeah. And from here, we're gonna pull ourselves up to gate pose. So left hand comes up, we're in a capital letter T, straighten the right leg, toes face the same way you are. And then all you're gonna do, take your hands to the floor. And start to just rock forward and backwards. So rocking your hips to the back or side of your mat, I suppose. But my intention for you here is to feel the stretch in your inner thigh on the right side. So if you want to kind of try to come to more of a cow position or a cat pose, almost like we're just combining a few. Then walk your hands over to the left. You're going to leave the left hand down as you bring the right arm up. And if it feels okay, you want a little bit more heart opening, start to lean back. And then from here, right hand comes back around. Just keep going to your right leg. So keep trying to shift your weights back to over the right leg. We're going to land in a hamstring stretch. Yep. And then here, again, options. You can keep the movement, so pointing and pulling your right toes to and from your face. Maybe side to side feels better. You have 3 different hamstrings, so definitely start to keep that in mind as you're exploring. But always try to send your hips back as you lengthen your heart to the front of your mat. And then just start to bend your knee, half pigeon right side. Option to take half pigeon on your back, more of a reclined pigeon, whatever feels good for you, always. But surrendering down, knowing that our hips are our emotional storage house. What comes up for you here? Just checking in. There's no right, there's no wrong. You're just experiencing sensations in your being. Start to walk your hands under your shoulders. Pause here just a moment. Plant through your hands. You can curl the left toes under. Shake your right hip out. That feels good for you. We will all meet in downward facing dog. And when you're ready, lift your left foot high. Bend your knee. Open your hip. Weight stays even in both shoulders, both hands. And then start to straighten your left leg. Step your left foot outside your left hand. Stay up on your right knee. So pull the left hip back as you press the right hip forward. That creates a little bit more squaring off of the hips. And then just 3 times, slowly lower the right knee down for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift it back up. Slowly lower. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift it up. Last one here, really focusing on the right thigh as you pull the left hip back, slowly, slowly lower. Lift it back up. Drop your right knee down, come down, lizard lunge. Taking your time, coming down onto your elbows, walking off to the right. Your choice. From here, start to walk your hands under your shoulders, grounding down through your left big toe. Slide the right knee underneath your hip. So we're back in this 90-90 position. Modified side angle. So right toes kick off to the left hand plants as you bring the right arm up. Slowly start to peel yourself up. Capital letter T. Straighten your left foot. Toes face the same way you are, and just simply bring your hands to the floor. Start to rock north and south. My intention for you is to feel the opening in your left inner thigh. So maybe you like more of a cow position in the pelvis. This is your anterior pelvic tilt. You might like more of that cat position, more of the posterior pelvic tilt. The choice is yours. Just explore, play, and find your answers. Start to walk your hands over to the right. Right hand plants as you bring the left arm up. You can come all the way across, almost like you're reaching to the, up and back, diagonal away from your toes. And then taking your left hand back down, feeling that big side body stretch. Work your way back to your left foot, hamstring stretch. Pointing and pulling your left toes to and from your face, always leading your heart forward as you try and send your hips back. You can go side to side with your toes, feeling that more in your hamstrings. Have pigeon left side. Pulling the left foot across. Or meeting us in reclined pigeon. Feeling the stretch on the outside of your left hip. Relaxing your face, your tongue away from your teeth. The space between your eyebrows, let that go. Slowly, when you're ready, walking your hands under your shoulders. Pause here just a moment. Put through your hands, shake your left hip out. You can come through a down dog if that feels good. Last down dog of the practice. Take what you need. And when you are ready, come onto your backs, however you want to get there. Hugging your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Then keeping your knees drawn in, but releasing your arms out to a capital letter T. Let the knees fall to the left as you bring your gaze to the right. And hug your knees back up and through center as you let them fall to the right, your gaze to the left. And bring your knees back up. Extend your feet up to the sky waterfall. Then I want you to just start shaking your legs. Just start shaking them. And then you can go side to side or front and back and shake, 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 and keep shaking. And if it feels silly, good, keep doing it more. And if you want to giggle, you can giggle. And then keep shaking and shake, 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 shake. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And keeping your feet up to the sky, soften the shake. Notice maybe your feet don't really know where center is and they're exploring, but they never fall out of balance. Feel the tingling, the new warmth, the sensations in your skin, your muscles, your bones. And then slowly you're just gonna plant your feet on the floor. Keep your knees bent. Can you let that sensation of shaking, that tingling and warmth start to work its way up through your pelvis, into your belly? Wherever your hands have naturally landed, can you feel the energy, the tingling through the palms of your hands as well? Energy can never be created nor destroyed, but you can alter it, you can change it by being silly or happy, just doing something out of the ordinary. Take your feet as wide as the mat and just kiss your knees together towards the middle of your mat. This is super uncomfortable. You can straighten your legs out or find Supta Baddha Konasana. But just noticing the weight in your hips. Do you feel even in the left and the right? If you feel more weight rocking to the left, maybe you drop the left knee towards the middle of the mat just a little bit extra. If you feel more weight in the right, maybe you drop the right knee towards the middle of your mat. Working your way up your spine. Every inhale, can you feel your thoracic spine almost push into your mat as the ribs expand, your lungs fill. And checking in with your shoulder blades. Do you feel the weight even in the left and the right shoulder blades? You can stay here. If you want, you can straighten your legs. If you've chosen to straighten your legs, you can move your hands out to your sides, palms up to receive. If you need more grounding, bring your palms down. Just check in again. Starting at your right big toe. How does this feel? Is it cold or warmth? Can you feel the tingling still? Through the arch of your right foot. Feel your right heel resting on the floor, on the mat. Feel your left calf gently supported by the mat. The space behind your right knee. Up your right thigh, hamstring. Feeling the weight in your right hip, your right glute. Across the bowl of your pelvis. Notice the sensation in your left hip. Down your left quad. Behind your left knee. Feeling your left calf supported. Notice the sensations in your left heel. Any pressure, coolness, or warmth. The left arch of your foot. Into your left big toe. Back up your left leg. Noticing the small of your back. Maybe it touches the floor. Maybe you can feel the space there. Every inhale, feel the ribs expand. Every exhale, maybe you get a little deeper, sinking, resting, melting into the mat. Your right shoulder. Feeling the energy into your right palm. Whether it's up or down, feel the tingling, the warmth, the sensations, the energy that you hold within you. Your right arm across your collarbones to your left shoulder. Down your left arm, feeling the energy in the palm of your left hand. Back up your left arm, across your collarbone to the back of your throat. Notice any tension there. Space behind your neck in the mat. Maybe you can see a color. Feel all that energy as it goes out through the top of your head. Maybe there's a color, a sensation, a word, an emotion attached to it. Start to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Reach your hands overhead, give yourself a big pull in half. When you're ready, have your knees into your chest. Come to lie on your right side. When you're ready, push yourself up to the comfortable seat. Your hands at your heart and your eyes to close. Take a big breath in together. Open mouth, let it go. The light, the love, the teacher in me sees, honors, loves, and respects the light, the love, and the teacher in each of you. Together we bow. Namaste.